Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nahaliza binti Rosli as moderator for today. Before I introduce our session yet, Salis panel members today, allow me to cover the topic of issues forum for today. The title of our forum revolves around the social theme of bullying symptom. The symptoms of bullying at school are increasingly worrying to community, especially parents. Basically, the symptom of bullying can be divided into first, mental physical bullying and physical bullying. Mental bullying is a bullying activity that involves cursing, mocking. Physical bullying involves hitting and kicking to the point of causing injury to the victim. It cannot be denied. The symptoms of bullying have many negative effects, especially for students. Therefore, appropriate measures need to be taken to overcome the problem of bullying in school. Based on a statistic from the Minister of Education, there are more than 40,000 cases of bullying in school across the country. The cases of bullying that reverse nationwide coverage involves the student of University Zulfarhan Osman Zulkarnain died believed to be due abuse as if it was attacking time bomb that woke us up from our slumber, that the culture of kindness among students is an issue that should not be taken lightly at all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we dive deeper into the discussion topic, let's get to know our three panel members today. On my right, Sister Nufadila binti Muhammad Razlan, who is the first panel members. Welcome, sister. How are you today?
Thank you, Shaman. Alhamdulillah, I am fine.
Next, I introduce the second panel members today, which is Brother Ashraf. How are you today?
Alhamdulillah was good, sister of the chairman.
Next, to the second panel member is none other than our third panel member, Sister Alicia Diana. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Greeting and introduction to all parents members. Let's return to our forum topic, which is the symptom of bullying among students. Dear audience, before we go any further, it would be good if we explore what is actually meant by bullying and what are the causes of cause this symptom to become more prevalent among students. To answer the question, let me ask the first question to the first panelist. Sister Mila, please explain the question to everyone.
I would like to thank the chairman. As I make up the greeting, the estimate of the session according to Nur Azdi Abdullah, bullying can be defined as the aggressive behavior of the student or group of students who harass the victim, either physically or mentally, over a long period of time. The third edition of the Hoyle Dictionary defines bullying as the act of the abusing or playing with someone with the aim of adapting to the new environment. In addition, bullying also aims to make fun of weak people by bullying or scaring them. The dominant cause of this situation is that teenagers do not have a solid religion. Upgrading. Most teenagers today have the stigma that religion teachings are outdated and entertainment to practice in this milieu. This situation becomes worse when parents today do not teach religious education to their children. This happens because parents these days often have the impression that religion teaching are not important compared to academic education, which is considered to be the ticket to success for their children in the future. This attitude shows that there are parents who progressively forgetting their real responsibility in growing up naturally and educating their children who are likely to a piece of white clothes and any parent who will shame their children's behavior whether is the beauty as the of the rainbow as they aim the future is on the attitude of teenagers and parents. It's not surprising that children do not attach importance to the practice of prayer, which is obligatory of the every Muslim. Even though prayer is pillar religion that can prayer evil. Not only that, most teenagers today more developed to worldly environment and pressure as the environment that matter. If this situation continues, there is no doubt that harmony of our society and country will be affected. As a pragmatic intellectual once said, the site of the collapse of the nation can be seen when the nation loves entertainment. The fact is teenagers who are esteemed to the skin of onion without a caption. Strictly speaking, religious education that is not available can lead to the spread of bullying symptoms in this country.
Audience, this is explanation about the definition of the symptom of bullying, which in my view is a detailed and interesting explanation from the first panel's member. Next, I would like to an explanation from the second panel's members, Brother Ashraf, about other cases that can cause the teenager to commit this symptom.
Assalamualaikum and greeting. Thank you, Madam Chairperson. Respect audience. The instability of family institute is also catalyzed for the prevalent bullying phenomenon is our beloved nation. The breakdown of family instruction in causes by the lack of understanding between husband and wife. Therefore, cases of abuse, quarrels, and divorce are increased over time. According to study by the Islamic Development Department of Malaysia, JAKIM, the divorce rate among Muslim married couples in Malaysia occur once every 50 minutes. Family is disarray tend to neglect showing love to teenage children who constantly need affection and attention from their parents. This situation is worrying because it will affect the development of teenagers and the formation for their personal. Assalamualaikum and greetings. Thank you, Madam Chairperson. Respected audience. The instability of family instruction is also a catalyst for the prevalence bullying phenomenon in our beloved nation. The breakdown of family institution is caused by the lack of understanding between husband and wife. Therefore, cases of abuse, quarrels, and divorce are increasing over time. According to a study by the Islamic Development Department of Malaysia, JAKIM, the divorce rate among Muslim married couples in Malaysia occur once every 15 minutes. Family in disarray tend to neglect showing love to teenage children who consistently need affection and attention from their parents. This situation is worrying because it will affect the development of teenagers and the formation of their personalities. Therefore, it's not surprisingly when teenagers are willing to get involved in this gangster phenomenon to attract attention and receive a bit of love from their parents, who are increasingly neglectful of their true responsibilities. The Department of Social Welfare reports that 50% of teenagers involved in negative system come from families with conflict. conflict. Therefore, it is evident that the instability of family institutions also trigger the phenomenon of adolescent bullying as they seek to release their anger towards other individuals. If we examine this from other dimension, the influence of peers is also one of the factors causing the system of bullying to become more contagious and serious in our country today. This is said be so because today teenagers trust their peers more than their parents and teachers. The action of teenagers who are willing to obey their friends' words without thinking about risks they will face in the future. Not only that, most teenagers do not want to be ostracized or see. Not only that, most teenagers do not want to be ostracized or sidelined by group members if they refuse to follow their behavior and words. According to Treasures and Oliveino in the study of bullying, he spoke of creating gangs and or isolation. These young and immature teenagers are willing to betray the trust of their parents and teachers rather than betray their group. For example, there was incident where 8 from 5 students of Kuala Lumpur Malay College (MCKK) threatened a dormitory teachers with a machete. This group of students is willing act, release anger, and have fun without thinking about the impact themselves and others. Due to the attitude of teenagers who choose the wrong friends, they are easily influenced by negative elements such as bullying. This can be linked to a quote from parts of the Prophet Hadith, which means if you are friends with a blacksmith, then spark will hit your body. In short, the influence and pressure from peers are also the causes of bullying, making it increasingly difficult to deal with. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you, Brother Ashraf, for the long explanation about other cases that can induce bullying symptoms among students. Dear friends of the panels and audience, what is effect of bullying on the victim and what action should the victim take?
Assalamualaikum and hi Rishif. Thank you to the chairman. Among the effect is that victim of bullying will suffer from depression or an exhaust. Moreover, they were forced to endure the following suffering among them: increased feeling of sadness and loneliness, change of problem, sleep and eat, lost interest in activity that are often involved. The issue will last until adult emotion and physical health problem drop out in lesson because children are afraid to go to school to avoid from being bullied. In addition, the effect of bullying lead to harm or exposed to suicide because they're feeling hopeless, no power and stretching of self-respect as a result of act of abuse. Sister Chairman and congratulation attend victim of bullying in school and in institute higher education IPT usually happen from knowledge of parents, teacher and the school for fear of being beaten by bullies. By students were also silent. Why can exist such a situation? It has to do with sorry it has to do with perception society underestimate this. The nation of society is bullying part of the culture of the local community and even the rest of the world. Most social society is not aware that the issue is bullying has a long term impact in terms of physical, psychological and emotional development. Children neither bully no victim of bullying like to commit bullying like uh, Children neither bullying nor victim of bullying are like to commit bullying like bullying issue happen in IPT or for adult, and we often heard that the issue of children abuse occurred case of abuse are reaching 5,000 cases in year in the psychological and emotional impact of abuse bullying during adolescence. If members of the community are not sensitive to the issue of bullying, so no discussion, no communication with each other. Is such a relationship does not happen on its own. Case of bullying will be hidden without knowledge until it involves injury of death. Only then will the community be aware of the issue. This need to be addressed when there is initiative of member of the community to play their part. So only the children have the self confidence to report case of the bully to part to practice power of for over their awareness, the issue of bullying will be addressed. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Alisha. Dear audience, Alhamdulillah, we are still in the 2024 Issues Forum. At this point, we are still covering the topic of bullying symptom among students. We will continue our conversation on this happy day. I believe if this symptom can be dealt with well, it is certain that this symptom will not spread among students. My question to the first panelist: what step can be taken in an effort to deal this symptom?
Thank you, Sister Sharman. As the saying goes, there's no disease without a cure. There's many effective measures that can be taken to curb the symptom. Follow protective rules and try to curb these crises. Parents should set a good example for their children so that children will emulate their parents' behavior. Because in their children's opinion, the mother action father is always right and worth following. Parents should not behave. Saying goes, there's no disease without a cure. There's many effective measures that can be taken to curb the symptom. Among them is that parents need to play an important role in trying to curb the crisis. Parents should set a good example for their children so that children will emulate the children's behavior because in their children's opinion, the mother action father is always right and worth following. Parents should not behave well in front of their children only when they also often mock, insult people, and so on. As saying goes, fathers Boris and son Rintik declared his son to walk straight while he himself walked sidewalk. Parents should always pay attention to their children's condition while at school and giving them full, loving care so that they do not feel lonely and negative. Parents should also nurture their children from the early age, like Bendy Bomber from the Bomber shoot, so they are always willing to press the hurt and problem to them to overcome. They should they together. Back to the Charming sister. Parents should always pay attention to their children's condition while at school and giving them a full loving care so they can do not feel lonely and negative. Parents should also nurture their children from an early age like a baby bomber from the bomber shoot so they always willing to express their hurt and the problem to them overcome them together. Back to Sharma's sister.
Thank you, Chairman. The students should also work together with the school in effort to curb the system. Students who see the case of bullying happening or become a victim of a bully should have the courage to report to the school immediately so that the problem can be resolved as quickly as possible for the sake of the school will begin. Meanwhile, the school that has received complaint reports from the students should also try to overcome the problem seriously and not to be other way around by closing the case at will. If this case is still not tried, the problem of bullying cases will increase and become more widespread. The school can meet with students who are suspect of being involved in bullying cases and also their parents to discuss the problem faced by the student and find a way out. The school should impose appropriate punishment on the student of the does not repeat the act again, and also serve as a warning to other students. Discipline and school rules also need to teach and emphasize to the student so students follow the ethic of school rules and do not make mistake such as involved in social phenomenon such as bullying.
Of the chairman of the council, panelists and attendants who respected party, the government should also play a role in curbing this symptom. The Ministry of Education and Schools should focus on the issue of cases bullying. This in a lesson at school by going through certain subjects such as moral education, Islamic education, civic education, and so. Through the education, the student gain awareness and learn the good and stay away from the bad symptom. The government also need to merge the specific agencies to conduct awareness campaign and talk awareness of the symptom of bullying. Through this way, teen can learn the side effect derived from perform symptom of bullying and try not commit the act against other. For example,
Thank you,
the
Angelina.
anti-bullying
This a discussion
campaign which
from our fairness
was
member
carried
about the symptoms of
out in
bullying
Marang
among
Town
students
has
in
received
our
an
country.
encouraging response and
It is easy
approximately
to point the
70%
finger
of
of
bullying
blame
cases
at
can
one
be
party,
reduced around
but
the area
solving this
after the
problem
campaign
is not
was carried out.
easy,
Thank you.
as we say. Therefore, a many steps can be implemented so that students can learn in the conducive and harmonious atmosphere. We should not expect the effort of authority alone, but need to join hands, like climbing the hill together, going down village together. With the blushing of persistent efforts, inshallah, we can give birth to the younger generation that is able to make the name of country figure and rise the dignity of nation on the world stage, so that it sit as low and as high as together developed countries.